Sitting here with Coach, and I know you'd like to be preparing for the NCAAs if things have gone a little bit different in the tournament. You came so close to beating Toledo, and we'll get to the RedHawks' future, but you've got a lot of experience in the tournament the last year since '08 with Purdue, and then at my alma mater, the Salukis, you were in the tournament a lot. What do you see if we look at Xavier first, because they're a one seed in the West, and both those teams, both UC and X, get to play in Nashville. How do you like their path, Jack?
Well, anytime you can position yourself as a number 1 or 2 seed, you position yourself to have a successful tournament run. Obviously, with this week preparing and with this quick turnaround, where you're gonna, you're gonna have to travel or whatnot, but at the same time you want to get practice in and get ready for who you're playing. But it's a great draw, I believe, for both teams, Xavier and Cincinnati. They're two teams that are well coached, and they're going to compete and they're going to play hard. With Xavier, Trayvon Blewett is, he's a stud, and when you have a
he's an indie guy too, right?
Yeah, very familiar with him. But at the end of the day, when you have senior leadership and you have the quality teams that they both have, you can expect a great run from both teams.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because you have so much experience from Purdue's runs, and then before that with SIU. How much do those factors matter? You mentioned senior leadership. 4 seniors who have been through this already, and this is their 4th and last time.
Right. Well, it's very important. Just from, just getting to where you're going to play and getting tickets situated from family and friends, everyone who wants to attend. But the preparation part of going into getting ready to play is going to be very important with this quick turnaround. It's probably a team that they haven't seen all year, and just preparing to make a deep run. And both of these teams, like I said, Mick Cronin and Coach Mack, they're going to be well coached. They're going to be ready, and they're just 2 quality teams that I think can make a run this year.
How much difference does it make that last game? UC won their tournament. X was disappointed.
Well, you know what? You won't carry over. Obviously with UC winning their conference tournament, and they're going to be feeling good about themselves. But at the same time, with X, I think it might sharpen their pencil. Where you go into a tournament with a little edge, where you think you should have won the game, or you could have performed a little bit better. So I think Xavier is going to be on point as well. They have their experience. Those guys do a great job, and they're accustomed to making deep runs in the tournament and things like that. So I think both teams will be ready to go this week.
You mentioned Trayvon Blewett for Xavier. They also have McCure. They have, O'Mara as a senior as well, and they got Karam Cantor. Then you got on the other side, you got Gary Clark, who was the player of the year. How much does that one guy, or that senior leadership, the guy that can kind of take over a game or stop the other team's run, matter? It's
important. You're talking about Clark. We played Cincinnati when I was at Purdue, and when overtime game, and he was making plays then as a youngster. But when you have an older guy who's been through it and things like that, you can count on to be ready to step up and make plays, it's definitely going to be huge for both teams. And Clark is a sensational player. I can't say enough about how Mick Cronin prepares his team and things like that. They're going to be ready to go. And it's important because, like I said, they're going to have a game this week, and they're going to have a quick turnaround. They're going to have another game to get to that next weekend. And just important for those guys to be ready to go. And when you have seniors who have been through it, it's just extremely important. And, a lot of times the young guys just follow their leadership.
Doesn't hurt to have a fab freshman. You had the freshman of the year in your conference. Nike Sabande hit 2 threes to get you right there. If he had hit 1 more against Toledo, you'd have been in your conference championship game. You got to feel good about what lies ahead for the RedHawks.
Yeah, we have a good group. We brought in 4 freshmen who helped us play. They played a lot, 25 to 30 minutes a game, and we also brought in 2 junior college guys. Where Bam Bowman was a sophomore that we're going to have for 3 years, and then Ringo, who led the country, he was a top assist guy and assists and steals in the country that we will have back next year. But we definitely think we're taking the correct steps as far as preparing ourselves so we can be playing in the NCAA tournament this week. But at the same time, we know it's a process, but we're definitely looking forward, and we're going to continue to work so we can be in the NCAA tournament in the future.
Quick thought, Jack, from a guy who's been around as much as you. I don't know how much you've been able to look at the bracket, but who do you like to win it all?
Man, it's a long shot, because you're talking about a Virginia team who wasn't ranked in the top 25. Not only did they win their league, they won their conference, and just a really good team. And then you have North Carolina, who's a very talented team. Arizona's coming on strong. I think this is wide open. It's a lot of parity in college basketball now. I think any of those top seeds, and I'm hoping the Boilermakers can make a deep run as well. You're talking about seniors. They have 4 quality seniors as well who have been through it. The Sweet 16 team last year. year. You know, they finished second in the league in their conference. They also finished second in the Big Ten tournament. But at the same time, I think they're set up to make a deep run as well. But it's wide open. I truly believe there's about 8 teams that can win it this year, and it's just going to be a great time for college basketball.
And if Purdue does go far, they'll of course be doing a tip of the cap to their old associate coach. Thanks to Jack Owens. We look forward to having talk about you going places next year with the RedHawks.